Welcome, I guess, to the very first episode of the Rev Report. How cool does that name sound, said out loud?
It's just incredible, really.
Yeah, incredible.
God, whoever came up with that idea deserves some props.
Yeah. Welcome to the Rev Report, the latest podcast that is going to squeeze itself into the already saturated land of podcastness, but ours is going to be the best. So that's why you'll listen to ours over anyone else's. Well, what kind of things are we going to talk about?
Well, anything motoring related, I suppose.
Any car-y stuff. Cars,
bikes, planes. Why not? Anything under the sun.
I don't know anything about planes, but yeah, we could try and talk about planes maybe. But once we've got to grips with the format and how it all works, this podcast will be available on all the usual podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Apple. It is Apple Podcasts, isn't it?
Or Apple, Apple Music.
Anyway,
all of them.
And video format on YouTube. So you guys watching there, I'm now pointing to the camera. You will be able to see our pretty faces at the same time on the YouTube. Let's get down to business. So today's first episode, it's still quite, because we've been talking about this for a while. It's quite exciting, actually.
Yeah, to actually get around to doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, so this first episode, we're going to introduce ourselves, kind of give you a pitch of why you should actually listen to us, why we're so interesting, why we're so exciting. We're going to talk about our car history. Now, we are only 24. I think my car list is considerably longer than yours.
It is a lot longer than mine, but we'll be interesting to hear it all, because you've had so many, I forget what you've had.
Yeah. Before we get to that, let's talk about how we actually met in the first place. So we actually went to school together. You were in school from year 7 onwards.
Yes, I was. Yeah, we were both in school, but we met during GCSEs because we did electronics and engineering together, wasn't it?
Of course.
Our main crossover.
We never really it was like, oh yeah, hi.
Yeah,
oh,
just
Euan.
Friendly face sort of thing.
Yeah, it was
more than
it was
anything.
up until that point. It was the British kind of like.
You're right, the classic
for audio
nod.
Listeners, I'm making. Actually, if you're British, I don't need to explain.
The nod, don't you? Everyone knows
the nod and the kind of awkward smile.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, but then fast forward. I was second year of uni by the...
Yeah, I'd just started my job.
Right.
My job after my apprenticeship, so that was...
And you just bought your new car by that point?
Yeah, so I just
We'll get on to what that was in a minute.
Yeah, my first nice car.
Right, yeah.
And that's when we got talking then, and then we went on a drive and had a bit of a catch-up, and then we've just...
Well, So I posted a photo on my Instagram of my car, and you were like, oh... I've got one of those cars too, but a better one. And so, do you want to go for a drive? So then we went. Where did we go? Where was it?
The
Bulk Mountain. Yeah.
We did the pass there. And
really nice drive. Wasn't it?
It was a good drive.
Yeah.
I never heard of it until we went. But we met up at Hensel Castle.
Oh yeah. That's a really good backdrop for some.
What have you been up to recently, anyway?
Not much in the name of car stuff. I've been kind of working on a few issues with my current car. It was kind of shaking quite a lot under braking, so I've just received a parcel of new brake discs and pads, which is exciting. So I might
that's a job for the weekend, I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably. Have you been up to anything exciting?
Nothing massive. I did hit my car on a track day, so that was good fun.
Oh yes, you did.
So that
which track was it?
I did Castle Combe in there. I've always liked that track.
Our nearest track is Landau.
Yeah, Castle Combe's a lot longer, faster.
Yeah,
it's just.
I don't think I've been to it. They host a lot of events, don't they?
They do.
But Castle I don't think I've been to any events there. Which I need to solve that soon.
There we are. They might invite us if they see this, you never know. But no, it was great. Yeah, I did a standard track day, so anyone can turn up as long as your car's got a tax disc. Then they're happy for you to go for it. Yeah, or got just
so no one's allowed on it then.
Yeah. so yeah, but it was really good fun.
In my brother's car that's on the driveway just out there, it's 2004 Mark IV Golf, and it has a tax tax
Does it,
disc
the
on
holder
it, and
in
I
it?
tried to pick out the tax disc, and it just crumbled in my hand. It's just no, useless.
But no, the track day was really good. We did about 60 laps in the end.
60?
Yeah.
60 laps?
Yeah. I did
How
well.
long did that take?
Good few hours.
Oh my God.
You go in for 10 minutes here and there, but no, I did pretty much bang on 111 miles. Then worked it out from. I wasn't counting the laps. We then worked out for the distance. But
Right. Yeah.
it was worked out a bang on 60 laps.
Oh my God.
And that was
loads.
on track from 9 in the morning until it closed for lunch at 12:30, with about 20 minutes of breaks dotted around because I wanted some lunch and I wanted to give the car a bit of a rest here and there. But
oh my God.
But no, it's good fun. And then the
I
others
really need to get
watched.
Oh yeah,
well,
so family and girlfriend.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
And then went to the village then to have some lunch.
Yeah, nice.
So
What's it like around there?
Really nice. Lovely.
Is it like
very picturesque?
Right.
Yeah, very,
is it
very.
like...
Yeah, they filmed bits of Warhorse in it. The village scenes in Warhorse were filmed. So you and your set design thing you'd be going around there recognising bits.
How about, as we're going to talk about our car history in a minute,
you'll find out what I did my track day.
Should we
later.
Let's pause that for now, and we can talk more about your track day because it's I've got a few more questions as well.
Keen-eyed viewers might recognise the key in front of me though, so if you can spot that.
Such a spoiler. I might have to blur that out now. Save that till afterwards. So once we know what the car is, then we can get we can kind of deep dive a bit more into how the experience went with that particular car. But let's get on to then our first cars. Start at the very beginning. Is the very first best place to start?
You can do the honours, seeing you want to drive before me. That's only right.
Okay then. So my first car. Well, actually, it doesn't come down to driving first because I bought my first car when I was 16. So it was just before my 16th birthday. I knew what car I wanted. I was scrolling through loads and loads of eBay listings. My dad was very much encouraging me to go and buy this particular car, or this particular brand, this particular model, sorry. So I was looking with his help on eBay at all these different cars, just scrolling through and through until I found this particular one. Went to go and collected a trailer from the hire company, drove up to Kent, and haggled and bought and collected my Volkswagen Beetle, 1973 Volkswagen Beetle, bright orange, beautiful. I mean, we kind of did it. It wasn't a great way round of buying the car because obviously I was saying to you earlier, once you go up to somewhere as far away as that from here, from Cardiff all the way to Kent, you rent a trailer. Yeah,
they know you're going to want to go home with something, so you can't haggle too much.
Yeah, they you come here, you're definitely going to buy the car.
Power.
Yeah, day's done. Yeah, and I think I took it away for £1,100, and I think at that point I'd saved for about a year and a half to get £1,000. The important thing with that car though was, despite the fact that the body was completely rusted to high heaven, I've never seen a more holy piece of metal. Maybe they have more holy pieces of metal in the church, but the floor pan and the heater channels, which is the main thing that goes rusty in a Beetle, they were all recently redone, and we did end up taking the body off, and we did a kind of budget body off restoration. I've still got that car. So when did I buy that car? That's
2016 probably, because we left school in 2017.
Nearly eight years ago, I think I bought that car. And I've still got it. It's still there on the driveway, just a few metres over there. Anyway, less about my first car.
Well,
what was your first car?
Pretty standard for any 17-year-old guy.
Such a cliche.
You can probably all guess, but it was a Vauxhall Corsa.
Such a cliche for first car. Well, actually, I don't know whether it would be now, but when we were 17, it was It
was the one that everyone had because they were.
Well, what was the stereotype of the Corsa?
Going to McDonald's to pick up 14-year-old girls. But I'm proud to say that I never did that. I don't fit into the stereotype.
There's such an unassuming car for you to knowing you, why
But
why did you have
it off my mum for all of £1,000? Right. And lasted me a good few years. Just taking me to and from college, to and from work for a bit, and then I moved on to bigger, better things. But I've not got a huge amount to say on it. It was good for carting the mountain bike around and whatever else.
Yeah, of course. What, you fitted it inside the car?
Roof rack.
Oh, right.
Roof
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, good luck getting it in there. But no, it was solid. It did do many McDonald's trips.
but less the 14-year-old girls.
Picking up though, because to be fair, what girl wants to get in a Corsa anyway?
I don't know where that's that stereotype's just horrible, isn't it?
But anyway, that was mine. So.
Yeah. So then, when you bought your next car, was it just because you thought, right, I can and I would like to?
Yeah, it was my first proper job, as it were, that I wasn't classed as like a trainee or an apprentice. I had a proper job position. I had a bit of money behind me.
Yeah.
I was like, right, I'm gonna get something a bit nicer. So my mum and dad bought that car back off of me.
Oh, really?
And gave it.
That's nice.
Then they gave it to my brother.
That's a bit of a.
Yeah, well, he didn't have a job at the time, and it was good for him. I know, favourite child, right? So they bought it off me to give to my brother, and then that was his car. Then before he went off to uni.
Yeah. So then once you bought your next car, we'll get onto that in a second.
You had a few.
That's when we met each other. But before that point, so my next car then was a Mark IV Golf. It was a 1.6S red X219N00. I don't know why I remember that. But I bought that car because I had a slight issue in my Beetle. I've been driving the Beetle for about 8 months, which in hindsight is an upsettingly short time to drive it for. But I was going along on the way to uni one morning at 9 o'clock in the morning in M4 rush hour traffic. It was kind of stop-start traffic, and I decided to brake because the cars in front of me were braking, and the brake pedal, it didn't tell the brakes to brake. So I think it may have been a
servo issue or something.
The servo in 1973.
Servo. Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking too modern.
The master cylinder. I think the master cylinder. There was some sort of issue with master cylinder. But anyway, so I went straight into the back of a Fiat Punto. Not a mark on the Fiat Punto, but my whole front of my whole car was completely caved in. It was kind of comical, really, looking back. But my dad came and rescued me, and he was like, "Yeah, the engine's in the back, so just drive home." We made sure that it was kind of technically okay to drive home. And I did get home. I pulled into a fuel station on the way home, and the amount of strange looks I got pulling into that petrol station was crazy. But yeah, so then that forced me to I needed a car to get back and forth to uni. So I bought the Mark IV Golf 1.6S with the number plate that I just said, X219N00. People joked that the N00 was like the car saying "no" because they knew that I crashed the last one. But yeah, it was a kind of funky little car, and kind of started my love for the Mark IV platform, which then leads me on to the car after the next one, which I'll get into in a second. But the car after that Golf then was a Mini Cooper R53, which is the first generation of Mini after BMW bought Mini. I think that car was Peugeot powered as well, because I know the newer the F56 was Peugeot powered.
BMW powered.
But the R56 was Peugeot powered, and the R53, which was the Mini that I had first, was Peugeot powered as well.
See, I'm not so sure about that generation. I don't know it.
I don't know, but I changed that car because my neighbour was selling it. I fancied a convertible. The Mini looked fun. The only criteria that I didn't fit was that I wasn't a hairdresser. So then eventually I swapped that car out for a Mark IV Golf again. I thought, right, I needed a new car. I think it was the clutch, or the thrust bearing and the clutch.
What, in the Mini?
Went. And I was looking at getting a new car anyway, so I bought another Golf, this time a blue Golf. It was another 1.6. It was a Mark IV, yeah. can't remember how long I had that car. It was just, standard Golf. But then that really kind of set in my love for the Mark IV platform. I mean, they're, notably sort of not that great, but it's very kind of iconic. I can't call that car a modern classic, but it's very modern classic era, and I love that kind of era of cars. I'll pause my car history now, so you can.
Oh well, my next car when you had that Mark IV, that's when I just bought my Mini, which was a F56, so 2018 plate Mini Cooper S. So that had the 2-litre BMW turbo engine.
The same one that's in the one,
like any of the, let's say, 120i, 220, so on.
Yeah,
all of those,
all the different variations.
All the 2-litre BMWs, basically. It's just that same
twin scroll turbo.
Twin scroll turbo, great fun. Is it's got like the sport button, all those things.
Yeah.
Really, really good fun. Great car to drive, comfortable as well for the little thing, and I really enjoyed my time with that, and that's when me and you got back in contact then after knowing each other in school. Was
because you reached out and said, I've got a Mini, you've also got a Mini, which was my next car after my second Golf. And then we went for a drive together, and we did a bit of a comparison between. It was quite useful not useful, but interesting to look at the differences. And I mean, by comparison, how many years newer? Mine was 2010. Mine was
2018, so mine was 68 plate. So massive.
8 years newer.
But
mine
the difference was.
It was astronomical.
It was night and day, wasn't it?
Mine literally looked like it was built by some guy in his shed. Creaky plastic. It's just the build quality wasn't really there. It looked okay, but
I'll tell you what, in my one you couldn't fault it though.
No,
the interior didn't
it was really nice
at all. It was it was just
got us to Goodwood and back a few times.
Honestly, I still miss that car now. I love the car I have now. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't sell that to get a Mini back, but I look back and go, I know what, I miss that Mini. It was a good car.
But there's always I think with car guys, I don't know whether maybe with other people
have
as well,
a bit of a bond with it.
But I feel like there's always, whenever you buy a new car, you want to kind of upgrade. You want to level up, don't you? It's hard.
You don't want to go backwards.
If you had, say, I had a Ferrari 360 or something, I wouldn't want to then go and my next car is going to be a Golf. If I only had to have one car, which, I know that's a completely unrealistic example, but
no, I get you. It's you wouldn't want to go backwards.
Yeah.
But I love my Mini. That was really good fun. I bought that at 26,000 miles, and then I sold it with just over 50.
All right.
And I had it for about 2 and a bit years, so I averaged about somewhere between 10 and 12,000 miles a year in that, which was...
Yeah. What kind of power figures are we looking at?
It was 192 brake horsepower, and then 320 newton meters or something along those lines. Yeah. But for such a small car that weighed 1.2 ton, that was great for someone's first little hatchback.
Yeah.
Well, first, I don't know if you call it a hot hatch or a warm hatch, but...
Hot hatch? You say hot hatch, I think.
Probably say hot hatch.
Yeah.
It's not quite a JCW. I think that's the hotter hatch, but...
Oh, the GP3.
That's another level. But, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So then, that's when you had your Mini R50.
So to recap, I had the Golf... I had the Beetle, then I crashed, then I bought the Golf, then I bought my neighbour's Mini to replace the Golf, then after the Mini... first gen Mini, I had another Golf. That then brings me on to this car, which then is how we met, as you said, with the Mini R56. So that's which was a Cooper S as well. So that was kind of my first kind of sporty. In the grand scheme of things, I didn't spend that much on that car, but it was at the time the most money I'd ever spent on buying a car. So that was quite exciting in itself, just that fact. But that I really missed the sport button in that, to be honest. I mean, that's kind of, for most sporty cars now, that's just like a standard
it's such a
thing now, isn't it? But obviously back in 2010 when that came out, it was like,
that was
oh my god.
Yeah, my cars.
But also for me, not having a kind of proper car,
like a sporty car up until that point.
That was quite exciting anyway. But yeah, I mean, it made a bit of difference. There's
more throttle response, I noticed. Like with mine, with the turbo being twin scroll, I felt like there was no turbo lag in sport mode. I don't know if yours was the same.
I can't remember, to be honest. I think that there was a bit. I mean, it was. I can't remember if it was. It wasn't like, oh my god, there's so much turbo lag, but it was sort of decent. It was. I mean, I didn't really care at that point because it was my first kind of fastest car, first kind of proper nice car, and I'd spent basically all the money I had on it. So yeah, that was fun. It was a convertible as well, so again, I didn't fit the criteria of being a hairdresser, but I didn't care.
Maybe hairdressers know fun. What's up, though. Maybe they can spot a cool car where normal people would shun it.
Maybe.
Because an MX-5's great, and that had the reputation of a hairdresser's car for a long time, but everyone's seen the lights.
Such a silly reputation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I kind of fairly extensively... well, not that extensively, modified that car a little bit. I put exhaust on it, wheels, what else did I do?
That was it, really, wasn't it?
Was that it?
You didn't do any body cut. No, you didn't do any. You were thinking...
Yeah, I put those stupid arches on it, didn't I?
You did.
Oh.
I had a recollection of you, but I thought,
that was awful.
You said you were going to do it, but didn't get round to it.
That was horrific.
But you did put wide body.
Oh, it was so bad. It's like I'd driven into Halfords and crashed into one of the shelves. Oh no. But so basically,
have regrets, and that might be one of yours.
It was so the car was black, as was yours. So they were fairly similar in spec. But obviously 8 years apart. I had the chrome belt line. Did you have the chrome belt line around yours? Yeah. So I was looking at getting that wrapped black, but I didn't get around to it in the end. In terms of mods, I put a Malian exhaust on it. I mean, the R56 sounds quite fruity from standard anyway. Then I put the Malian exhaust, which made it sound really loud, and it crackled and burbled it was really nicely. It was really nice.
Yeah, it wasn't like
on the overrun. It was like, I'm not going to do an impression.
But no, it wasn't too forced like other cars. It sounded a bit more natural.
Yeah. So then I sold that because I don't think up until that point I hadn't had a car for longer than maybe a year and a half. So then I'd kind of learnt to get bored of my car after that amount of time. So I think I'd had the car I had it for 2 years. I did do a trip to the North Coast 500 in it, that was really nice. We were with I was with 4 other mates, and we were all. I had my Mini. There was a Fiesta ST and a NX5 C.
Yeah.
I always get confused between.
Yeah, that was the NC one. That was Will's, wasn't it?
Ollie. After that, I'd reached my kind of limit of boredom with my car, which is in hindsight is silly because that car was really good. Although it was starting to fall apart a little bit, and it did start to have a little bit of a death rattle. And if you don't know what a death rattle is with those Minis, it's basically where the timing chain, the components wear out, and the timing chain snaps, and that just it kills your engine. Hence why it's called the death rattle, because you get that sound of the timing chain rattling before it's about to go. So luckily I didn't have that problem. I sold it, and then I bought the car that I have now, except I'll save that to last because that's the car that I still have. That's the car that's outlasted all the other 2 cars that I bought since selling the Mini and buying my current car. So the first of those was a Citroen C1. It was awful. The build quality was so bad, worse than the Mini, way worse than the Golfs. But I bought it with the intention of making a bit of money because I don't know. Because I thought, right, I've got this money and I'm going to spend it on a car that I'm hopefully going to flip and get.
So you chose something really exotic.
Yeah, Citroen C1.
Known for gaining in value by the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so that's why you chose the Citroen C1.
So I bought it off. I was cycling along, my regular cycle back then was up, included this particular road where this car was sat, and it said £1,700 in the window. I was like, ooh, I wonder what kind of value those cars are. And I didn't really know anything about car values. I did a bit of research, like, you know, a bit of research constitutes like half an hour on Auto Trader probably. And then I knocked on the door, went back, drove up there, knocked on the door. I went with my mate, and so he drove me there. Knocked on the door. I offered him £1,300, and he shook my hand there and then. I was like, okay, it's a bit soon to be shaking my hand. You know, he literally bit my hand off. And then I tried selling it for £1,500, I think, after cleaning it up, and kind of there was something wrong with the clutch cable was really under tightened. So luckily that was the only issue, because there was a bit something going on with the clutch. So I managed to do that. And then after ages and ages of it sitting around, not getting sold, I managed to sell it. Remember, I bought it for £1,300. I managed to sell it for 11,250.
11,000. God, that's a big profit.
1,150.
Okay, so you made a small loss, but
small loss, small negative profit, I'll say. Yeah. And then I bought the Audi TT, which I really miss, but we'll get onto that in a second, because do you want to talk about your now pride and joy, which is, I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Once I got rid of the Mini, actually, before I got rid of the Mini, I found this car.
Two nice cars at the same time.
I found a car on Auto Trader. It seemed a bit too good to be true, but we went to go and have a look at it anyway.
So it was just before Goodwood last year?
So this car was down that neck of the woods. So in the day we've been to Goodwood.
This is Goodwood Festival of Speed now, this world famous car festival that's down in Chichester. If you haven't been or don't know about it, definitely look it up and go, because it's the most amazing car festival ever.
We're not sponsored. But yeah, so on the way home, or on the way, we went to have a look at this car, and it was absolutely perfect. So I put down the deposit right there and then, after...
Well, hang on. A bit. We went into the... So we after Goodwood, we wanted to extend the weekend a bit longer, because we went for, what was it, Friday and Saturday that year?
Yeah.
So then we wanted to extend the weekend, so we camped in Salisbury?
Salisbury, yeah.
For the
Sunday, Monday.
Saturday night and Sunday night. And obviously the car was down there, so you were like, right, once we get down there...
on the way to the campsite, we went and viewed the car, which is a Porsche Cayman 987.2. So yeah, 2010 plate is what it was. So yeah, and what it is, and it was perfect when we went to see it, and it was up for a really, really good price. So they must have priced it wrong or something. It was far too low.
It was absolute steal. Yeah.
So
that's so good.
So
I'm so
yeah,
jealous.
so the day I took it for a test drive, I called them up afterwards after mulling it over. You know, with you, we had a few drinks with a campfire.
You went for a test drive with the guy, and they were a really nice couple. They were kind of, you know, they were surprised to see people as young as us, to be honest. You went for a drive with the guy. I remember your face when you came back up the road. I was talking to her about, like, you know, what we've been up to, about Goodwood and stuff, and obviously living so close, she knew all about it, and she was interested. Then you came back up the road with him,
probably with some childlike grin.
Literally, your smile. Literally, when people say ear to ear, that doesn't describe the extent of the smile that you had on your face. It was like,
it was. I was
forehead
wild
to forehead.
To think that
like,
that I was in the position to buy something like that.
Yeah.
Without selling my previous car as
but
well.
Also, like, people. Yes, it's a you know, it's a hefty thing to buy at 24 or 23 at the time. But actually, your birthday is that weekend.
It was. I put down the deposit the day before my 23rd birthday.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't as expensive as people think it is.
But it's So like, that and adds to the kind of wow factor from passers-by. They think, oh my god, that's a 20 grand. You know.
Yeah. Which is what it should have been at the time, but they obviously just had priced it very wrong. Yeah. But yeah, so I put the deposit down then, and we went to pick it up a few weeks later then.
I remember in the kitchen, we were talking about it, you were like kind of practically, I'll have it, you know, biting their arm off. And I was like, look, mate, we should go home and like mull this over to make sure that it's the right, thing to do. And I don't know why I was being so sensible, because I'm like literally usually our roles swapped.
They did in that brief moment. But yeah, so I took it for a test drive with them. We put down the deposit later on that day. Then a few weeks later, then we went to pick it up. And as all this went on, my parents didn't have a clue. They didn't know until I took it home. So once I took that home, then I was able to sort of do the grand reveal.
Yeah,
and they were a lot happier about it than I thought they'd be.
Did you turn up? Did you just turn up in it?
I left it up the road and walked my dad up, and I was like, "Dad, I got something outside. Do you want to come and see it?" And then because my mum was on the phone, so I walked Dad up, and he was like, "You bought that?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do you think?" And he was like, and he was smiling. Then I was like, "Right, okay, I'm not in trouble. That's good." And then we pulled it up and parked it outside my house. Then not on the drive, because that was full of my.
Did he have to help you tell your mum?
No. So mum was then done with the phone, cool, and then came around the front thinking what something.
But like, did he have to tell? Did he have to help you? As in, like, it's okay.
No. Mum saw it and was like, "You got it?" Because I mentioned it like in theory. I was like, if I was to buy a car like this, what would you think? And they were like, well, it's your money, do what you want.
Yeah.
And but I don't think they were expecting me to actually go ahead with it. So then when I bought it home, they were like, oh my god, he's done it.
Yeah.
So that was that. And yeah, really, I've had it for about 1 and a bit years now, and it's been really good. It's obviously had a couple of niggles with perishables, like the power steering had a power steering fluid leak, and then the bushings on the front suspension needed replacing. But other than that, touch wood, it's been pretty good.
So let's talk about the ridiculous bill that you had from Porsche. When you needed.
So
what was the situation?
Well, you hear about the Porsche tax, and it is very, very real. So so there was one instance, the MAF sensor went, if anyone knows, mass airflow sensor, and basically if that goes wrong, it makes your car basically become unhappy and it runs funny. So
like limp mode kind of thing.
Not quite limp mode. It basically, you just put your foot down to accelerate, and it just really hesitates because
it doesn't know
air
how
fuel
much
mixture
airflow
is wrong.
Yeah, cool.
So it basically does like a similar-ish job to a carburetor. It just mixes the fuel in there, or tells the engine what to mix in. And because mine had gone a bit funky, I needed a new one. So when the engine light came on to say what was wrong, Porsche wanted £200 to diagnose the issue and plug the car into their computer. They would have then wanted another £750 for the part. And then obviously then fitting on top of that, you're probably looking at just over £1,000, probably, but because I knew what was wrong with it, I went online, found the Bosch part, which is what the Porsche one is, just it has a Porsche badge on it as well, but mine just says Bosch.
From Design 911?
Design 911, again, not sponsored, but good company.
Yeah.
Bought the part off of them, it's about 120 quid. Fitted it myself, and it's been absolutely fine since then. Yeah,
I think like after, because I've had kind of more like project-y, more extensive list of like more project-y fettlable cars. Like obviously Corsa and the Mini, you hadn't need to fettle anything. So whereas my kind of more
you've always had to
shitbox type cars, I've always kind of had to, but also wanted to as well. Like with the Mini that I had to, that was a nightmare to work on. I had to change the thermostat housing, which was an absolute pain in the arse. But then there's the coolant pipe that goes at the back that you need to.
So you're doing it all blind, basically.
It's just a nightmare. But and you were like, oh no, I get a garage to do it, and then eventually I managed to persuade.
Under warranty, so there was no point in doing it because it was effectively done for free.
Yeah, I suppose it makes sense.
So why would I?
Yeah.
Whereas in this instance,
for fun,
when it's the difference is literally £1,000 between me doing it and someone else doing it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna at least try.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it worked fine. Yeah.
But obviously with the Cayman, it's mid-engined, as people may know. So any work I did, I had to sit in the boot of the car to reach into the engine, and obviously I think my lower back has only just recovered. It was
talk to the Porsche mechanics, and they'll probably go, shut up.
That's why all their servicing is pretty much feels like the engine out. That's why the labour is so intense, because they're like, anything we do is just the engine's out.
I suppose because it's easier to
I'm sure that's
get to anything.
The case, but like having to reach in like that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, other than that, and then obviously there was a power steering fluid leak and the bushings.
Oh yeah, those power steering lines were a bit expensive, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. That all in, I think that was about
wasn't it 1,500 quid?
No, that was including the short shifter, but that was a fun modification, so that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
That came from a different bank account of mine.
It's like having a different stomach for desserts.
Exactly. So I think that was about £1,200 for the power steering lines.
Yeah.
Which was still a good chunk of money.
Yeah, but that was because you needed to go somewhere that weekend and you had nowhere else would fit you in, so you were like forced your hand really. I mean, you didn't. What was the point? You were showing off your car to your girlfriend's parents.
But it's the first time I'd gone to see them, so I was like,
they've
heard about it all this time, so I was like,
I've
got to bring it up to see it.
Yeah.
So I took it to Porsche, and I said to the guy, I was like, what are we looking at time frame wise?
I thought you were going to say saying to the guy, I've got to show off to my girlfriend's parents.
Well, I said to him, I was like, what are we looking at time frame wise? And he was like, like not too long. And I said, just for transparency, I'm meeting my girlfriend's parents for the first time.
Oh, right.
This coming weekend, I really wanted to take this car because they've heard, she's told them about it. They've seen pictures, this, that, and the other.
They'd be really disappointed if you turned up in
they're sort of like anticlimax if I turn up in my mum's car or something.
Yeah.
So, and he was like, "Don't worry, mate, we'll get you sorted." So, like, they got all the parts ordered, ready to come in on the Monday morning, which they did. I dropped the car off at like Monday lunchtime. Tuesday morning at like 11 in the morning, they were like, "It's done. You can come and get it." So I was to be fair, like, although it was a lot more expensive than going to a Porsche specialist, something like that, with those you've got to wait like 2 weeks or whatever to get your space. Whereas if I could drop it off on the Monday morning, get it back Tuesday morning, I was like, to be fair, price of convenience, you can't. I couldn't. I
suppose it just about justifies the price, doesn't it?
I was at that point. I was like, take my money. I'm happy to have it. It's like, but so
you get to then jump in your car. You know it's sound.
And you have the warranty as part of that.
The thing is, when you have that kind of car anyway.
And you jump
in, you think, sod it. It's exciting.
It's like, because then you got the receipt for it, whatever. So if I was to ever sell it, I can say this has been done by Porsche.
Yeah.
So then it looks good on the vehicle history as well. But so that's that. So that Porsche is the one I did my track day in. Going back to the beginning of the episode.
So just before we jump back onto the track day,
never mind.
I'll finish off my list. After my Citroen C1, I bought an Audi TT, which was amazing. I think I potentially might buy another Audi TT because it was so good. But that particular Audi TT, I was specifically looking for the cheapest one on the internet for clickbaitability because I did a YouTube video on it. But it had 205,000 miles, which is ridiculous. I had it for not that long before I had to MOT it. It had an oil leak issue, or an oil starvation issue, so I took out the oil sump. That was the oil sump that I put in my mum's dishwasher.
She's finding out now.
Sorry, Mum. So I cleaned all the oil, sorted the oil starvation issue out. By the time that I got it fixed, the MOT had run out, so then I had to take it to get an MOT. It failed the MOT, and it would have cost me way more than I spent on the car initially to get the MOT sorted, so I just decided to... I think I sold it for spares or repairs on Facebook Marketplace. I almost got most of my money back, to be fair, which was quite good. But I do miss driving that car around. In the little time that I had it, it must have been, I don't know, a month or two of drivability, and then the rest was just the other kind of 6 months. It was just sat being worked on. It was like something that I'd go once a week, every weekend kind of thing, just do a bit more, and then anyway. So that was a bit of a disastrous car ownership experience, but I still like the car. But then I bought the Mark IV Golf Estate, which is the car I've got now, which is absolutely... I love it. It's a Mark IV Golf Estate 1.8 turbo. But the fact that it's an estate and that it's a 1.8 turbo, it means that it's a bit rare because there's only, when the car came out of the factory, when it was produced, they only produced 250 of those with that engine. And I think there's about 60 left on the road. So, I mean, to most people, it's a bit of a...
They wouldn't know what they were looking at.
Average car is like, oh, that's rare, is it? Okay, good. But it's an estate for one, which I think is really cool. Mark IV platform, so even cooler, and it's got the 1.8 turbo, which is now tuned to 260 brake horsepower. So it spins the wheels in third gear sometimes, and it's an absolute weapon. It's amazing. It's the ultimate sleeper. The previous owner did put that stupid exhaust on it, which is
a bit drony on the motorway.
I would say that's one thing that it isn't really compared to other cars.
Compared to
other cars,
the Mini
that
was drony.
That was drony, yeah.
Compared to, I suppose, I'm used to driving generally stock cars, so it's drony compared to those. Like, you probably got used to it.
Yeah.
Whereas someone that's not used to it, but when we did the road trip, it was fine.
Yeah.
That'd be something for another episode, hearing about our road trip and our travels.
Yes, I have earmarked an episode to talk about that.
Oh, there we are. So, stay tuned.
So that's going to be really exciting because that was the most epic road trip around
1,500 miles around Europe, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Was it more? 2.5? It was
2,500 miles ish. Yeah, more than that, I think. About just under 3, I think.
Wow.
I think. Yeah, but we can talk all about that in a future episode. So. So stay tuned. That is going to be really exciting. I've had that car for
just over 2 years, wasn't it?
I think about 2.5 years now.
There we are.
Yeah, I did want to go to Goodwood in it last year just for the fun-ness of taking my car to Goodwood, but there was the same oil issue that happened to my Audi happened. Yeah, it was a similar issue. It happened to my Audi. Happened Sod's Law
well,
just before we were due to go to Goodwood, so we had to go in your car, didn't we? In the Mini.
Yeah, for the last 3 years we'd gone. We had to go in my cars because yours.
Finally, this year we managed to go in my car.
Broken or something was wrong with
it.
Them.
Sod's Law. It just happened just before Goodwood as well.
It was the same this year though, because you almost didn't make it in yours because your front.
Oh, because of the wishbone
needed doing because it wasn't so much a bushing issue.
So the bushing was fine.
The wishbone had just cracked.
Oh my god, it's so.
Which is so much worse.
Like it was there was a judder on under braking, which is still there slightly. So
that's obviously the
combination of a few different issues.
The fact it was cracked probably made that juddering even worse because it obviously wasn't being dampened properly.
Well, there's still some sort of issue that I need to fix,
which is probably just the road
brake discs. Hopefully, now,
yeah. It was just that was being made even worse by the fact it wasn't connected to anything.
Yeah,
but you got that fixed and we actually made it this time.
Yeah.
It was a very hot day. I wish we had air conditioning, but
because that went halfway through the day, didn't it?
Yeah. That fuse blows pretty constantly.
Yeah, but that's another issue to fix.
That's
along
fine.
with the central locking.
It just adds to the list. It's just electrical issues.
It's character. Well, I was watching a Top Gear clip the other day. And Jeremy Clarkson was saying about the fact that what most people who aren't car guys don't understand is that a car becomes something that you get attached to, and it's like a person, but you can do everything but talk to it. Like it's you get attached because it has
quirks.
You imagine that it has feelings. That sounds really weird, but like you know what I mean. Like
they each have their
you
own
get attached to it, and
like with yours you can't use
it has character
too strong with you can't have the fan turned up too high, otherwise it'll blow the fuse.
Yeah.
But then if that happens, can you listen to I don't know if it cuts off the radio as well. I can't remember.
No, it doesn't. No.
But it does something. It just I remember on the road trip though that was.
Speaking of the radio, that's another thing that I really love about my car is that it's got a tape cassette
and the CD
tape
changer.
thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, 6-disc CD changer in the actual dash area as well. Whereas in the Audi that had a 6-disc changer, but that was in the back, which is strange.
Yeah.
So back to your tractor just briefly before we go on to our next segment, car listing of the week. Which is fun, which I'm excited for. But track day. So, were you surprised by? So obviously you've driven it for a year and a bit. Were you surprised by how it went around the track?
I was, yeah. I definitely the way I was driving. Obviously, I have to drive at home as well, so I couldn't go fully.
You couldn't go.
I couldn't go for it
really
100% because I had to drive at home. But yeah, for how hard I was pushing it, I knew it could do everything that bit quicker again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great fun. On the straight, I got a really good speed out of it on the straights. Then under braking, it was perfect as well.
I don't actually know what the Castlecombe track is like.
Really good. It's one of the longest ones in the UK, I think, and one of the fastest as well.
Yeah,
because they've had to put in a few chicanes here and there to slow people down a bit. But yeah, from the straight that runs
people
past
like
the pit wall,
go too fast.
It then curves around to the right and then carries on going until you get to probably like what feels like a 90-degree turn. And along there, I ended up doing about somewhere between 125 and 130. But when that was happening, I was coming up to the braking zone, so you stop looking then. But yeah, it was great fun. And then because it's so much different to doing that there than anywhere else, because you have a turn in front of you, so you have to slam on the brakes. It's not so much that you can slow down gently for it. But no, that was great fun. And yeah, like they say it's like not competitive overtaking. So you gotta, if there's someone quicker behind you, you pull over to the left, you let them pass, and then you carry on doing what you're doing. Yeah. But no, there was some, as always, there were some numpties out there. Yeah. There was a guy in a Jaguar F-Type who really overcooked it on one of the turns. You're probably doing it about like 100 miles an hour as you're probably doing that turn. It sweeps to the right on the main straight, and he just probably fishtailed himself.
Oh my god!
And then and he was a few cars ahead of me, so he caused a few of us to bunch up and get quite close together. Then and yeah, my family were there watching that, so I think that made my mum panic a bit.
Oh my god!
And yeah, we and they all said then his next lap was like really slow, so he obviously himself. But yeah, so it was more like you just stay out of other people's way if you can. But it was really good fun. So I did about 60 odd laps. So
I can't believe 60 laps.
Yeah, my tyres survived as well, which is something. Rear tyres will need replacing. They needed replacing within the next few months anyway. So I probably cut a month off of their life. I lost about just over a mil, but in the scheme of for a whole day of racing, it's not bad. Yeah. I was surprised. I thought it would have been a lot worse.
Yeah. I find a good trick of getting tyres for a lot cheaper is buy them on eBay and then just take them to a place that will fit them. Albeit because most reputable tyre places won't fit tyres that you've provided yourself. So you do have the caveat of having to go to a slightly dodgy tyre place.
So we're quite friendly. We've got a guy that does it. His company quite self-explanatory, but his company's called Driveway Tyres. So he comes to Driveway and just does it, which is really handy just because I can be in work and he'll just come to the house. Yeah, that's good. And he's quite reasonable. He's a really nice guy, so we just tend to use him. Yeah.
Now we have been nattering on for a while. I can't actually see the time on the screen, so let's quickly squeeze in our final
the final segment
of today.
Get this out now.
Car listing of the week. Well, I thought this would be quite exciting because this might show our kind of difference in car taste, maybe, or sensibleness. But I have picked an absolute stonker.
Yeah. So we both try and find a car that's reasonably priced.
Yeah, good value for money.
Like value for money,
and that gets our kind of hearts pumping.
Even if it's not the best idea in the world to actually go out and buy it, you could also be persuaded.
It's a very exciting.
You were like, I could, but I wish I didn't have as much of a brain.
So the kind of thing that we regularly find on Auto Trader if we're just scrolling and go, look at this, and send it to each other. Yeah, and then
do you want to do the honours and go first?
Okay then. All right then. So,
and we'll put all these up on the screen for you to have a look at as well. We'll take some screenshots.
Yes, we will. So I have been harking on about these cars for a while, and so. I quite like. I'm a massive fan of the Ferrari F430. However, that's quite expensive. So, as we all know, Maserati borrow or used to borrow parts from Ferrari, and the 430 engine, the 4.3 litre V8, went into the Maserati 4200 GT, which I think is the most amazing car ever. So I've got this one. I'll put a photo on the screen. I found it on Auto Trader. It's got 76,000 miles. What on earth could go wrong? 2004, manual, which is the important thing, and petrol, obviously. 5 owners. Obviously, the 4.2 litre engine from the 430. It's slightly changed. Guess.
10,000 Great British pounds.
I think that's probably what it would cost you in maintenance for the next month.
Okay.
But it's on here for £7,000.
That's not bad. It's a lot of car for the money while it works.
For the day that you have it.
Yeah. Well, you're used to having cars that only run for 2 months.
Yeah.
Between the Audi and the Beetle.
No, well, but my Golf is still running.
It has.
I haven't spent like virtually any money on that in maintenance, and that's still going strong.
No,
that's 154,000 miles, I think.
There we are.
Yeah.
My car I found, a Porsche 911 from 2009, so similar generation to my Cayman.
Yeah.
With only 63,000 miles.
997.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 3.6 litre engine, 63,000 miles. So not bad for a car that's 2009.
Yeah.
7 owners, so it's up there a bit, but that's not necessarily bad if it's got service history, everything like that. Manual gearbox, important. Guess how much? This might be slightly lower miles than what you'd expect to see as well.
I'm going to say 35,000.
22,500.
Ooh!
Which I thought, you know,
I'm not au fait with the prices of those at the moment, but I mean that's really good.
I thought that was. I saw that price, and then I saw the low mileage, and I was like, that's not bad. And it's not to say you couldn't knock them down a bit as well.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But for a 4-seater, that's a family car. It's great.
Yeah, there's no way that you can actually fit anyone like bigger than 3 foot in the back of that car.
It's definitely for kids. It's it's. What else do you expect?
I just love the Maserati 4200 GT over the 3200 GT, which obviously has the derived engine from the Ferrari 360. But the 4200 GT is just.
They look a bit.
It's just like a modernised version. It's just the updated version of the predecessor. But the interior as well is really nice. You've got the full tan leather, really nice door cars, really sporty feel, and the massive Maserati crest in the middle of the steering wheel, so you know you're driving a Maserati. Does that car have the Chrono Pack?
It didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
No, the moment you get that, it adds on one and a bit grand to the value quite often. Because it's when you press
that's
like a sports
spicy,
well.
spicy,
expensive spenny option.
Yeah.
But my other one that I came across. Did you get more than one?
No, I didn't.
Was it only car of the week?
Car of the week. Honourable mention. Honourable mention then.
5.4 litre supercharged V8.
Oh, hang on. It's 5.
So you'd imagine American.
Yeah.
It's left-hand drive.
American.
Which is bit
something
funky.
Mustangy.
It's a Ford.
Okay.
But this Ford in particular is the F-150 Lightning.
Imagine that on the UK roads.
Which,
oh my
god, it would absolutely rip. 2004, so it's a very much that just proper early 2000s style. Well, I will put a picture on the screen for you, but I think it's awesome.
Oh,
so all of that engine in quite special.
Oh my god, I've got no idea what the values of those are.
Only 2 owners. 2 keys.
How many miles?
138,000.
Oh my god.
This is a lot. That's a lot.
I don't know, like 30 something?
19,995. It's a lot of car for 20k.
Do it. Right, ring him up now. Do it.
Seeing that's less than what that 911 was. And I bet you this has more power.
Oh my god.
But obviously you can't go around corners. But
as long as your route to work is straight line.
Yeah, it's fine. But no, 4-speed automatic transmission. So
4-speed.
Stone Age stuff.
Steam powered.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
I see that.
Cool,
It's just so silly. It's really silly, but I like that.
Yeah, it's insane. It's ridiculous.
The description of it says the exhaust system sounds like a V8 should. Is part of the description. So
and as you'd expect from that kind of car.
So before any
kind of
5.4 litre supercharged V8. So it's gonna drink a bit.
And you'd have the kind of supercharger, the classic
So it would drink, but
all fun and games.
If it drinks, it must be fun. All the fun.
Yeah,
it's like people.
On the theme of drinking, I think I quite fancy a coffee. I think that's a good cue to end today's episode.
And our first session.
Our very first episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Break It Till You Make It, which this is obviously hosted on. And follow and subscribe on all the other platforms that you listen on. For all our audio listeners, we've mentioned giving you some teasers about future episodes. So stay tuned for those.
Stay tuned for the next ones,
we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, well.
From Euan and Reuben, thank you for listening to the Rev Report.
Thank you, we'll see you soon.
Goodbye.